chances are you probably heard or seen of a documentary by none other than Sir David Frederick Attenborough. Ever wondered how plenty of people were captivated by his works? I'll tell the history of the effects that went into his works as they are part of the reason. In David Attenborough first started presenting in natural history programs in 1954 in Zoo Quest. Though the shots were in black and white, the lyrics barely in sync, and the documentaries at the time were presented more as newsreels, and audio was less important in the narrative film. But that will change as we progress in the 1970s to onwards, in which during this time music will be used to emphasize action. An example of this is in the Invasion of the Land documentary. Frogs falling on branches would be followed by sound effects. Other documentaries would use this, but to more extremes, like river monsters. Although recently, music is now used to carry action, tension, and sadness, such as 2016's Planet Earth 2, in which David's approach to effects was to have each creature have their own soundtrack, which worked to the point where audiences were invested in the animals as characters. The reception was mostly positive and even won multiple awards. Though sound effects were used for live action, although digital effects. Recently, David and the creative director Michael Gunton worked on a series, but this time featuring extinct animals from the late Cretaceous, prehistoric planet on Apple TV Plus, in which photorealistic CGI was used to recreate the extinct creatures, and the producers reached out to the same company that used the same effects as the live-action versions of The Jungle Book and The Lion King. The environments and backgrounds were real mostly. However, they had to be CGI so the creatures could interact with them. The effects were labeled as stunning and essentially brought prehistoric creatures to life, some of which haven't met the big screen up until this point. Given what we've learned about the history of David's approach with special effects, behind the scenes soundtrack and the effects can have people paying attention, which goes to show how the effects can matter to the audience.